Ade Dui Dembella. Give me the power, I beg of you.
20 years?
Mortis Melodivico de Mervo say.
Child's Play 3, Child's Play 1.
Andale por de você, Dembella!
Fuck! I've been doing this shit for 20 goddamn years.
Chucky is such a professional.
Babe, how about a smoke and a spritzer over here?
A visionary, really. An absolute genius.
I'm, Glenn. Or Glenda.
He's a genius.
Yep. Okay. Ready?
The original impetus for creating the movie, the first movie, Child's Play, this was back in the mid-'80s. I was in college, and I, as a lifelong horror fan, so I already had that mindset anyway. So once Cabbage Patch Dolls became popular, I sort of put these ideas together.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end.
The first movie, if you remember, had this kind of parodistic look at that entire world, a world that calls children consumer trainees.
A good guy.
Which I found just very cynical in a wonderful way, and I just thought somehow exploiting that would be very interesting for a horror movie.
I hate kids.
I had seen movies and TV shows that featured the killer doll idea. It wasn't new, but one thing I realized had never been done before was no one had ever treated the doll as a full-fledged character who had a character arc and dialogue scenes.
Nothing like a strangulation to get the circulation going.
Don is an incredibly creative guy, a very funny guy. He truly bathes in the blood of horror movies.
Don had the foresight to really see Child's Play and the character of Chucky as a franchise.
In fact, if it was a movie, it would take 3 or 4 sequels just to do it justice.
Yeah, I think he always knew that there was a bigger world to Chucky than just your typical monster movie, and here he has evolved from serial killer to a fine family man.
Nobody makes Swedish meatballs like you, babe. Peachy.
Thanks, honey bun.
These films have really evolved from being a really frightening first film to moving much more into the area of being horror comedies and not taking ourselves really seriously. It's a doll.
Yeah, Chucky is in the top killer 4, like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. People in the hood respect him. I know in my hood everybody know Chucky. Everybody in the ghetto know Chucky. Chucky he's hard. He be killing motherfuckers hard.
I'm a big fan of Chucky. I think he's better than Jason. He's better than all of them, than Freddy, better than Norman Bates. Jesus Christ! He has the most style to me of all, and I love him, and now he's multiplying, which is even better.
But something began to evolve, and that was what Brad Dourif did with Chucky's personality based on Don's words, was to bring out this kind of know-it-all, arrogant little guy.
We have a problem with killing.
I don't have a problem with killing.
And it just seemed to me more interesting and at the same time kind of funny, the idea of imagining what this little 2-foot killer doll actually thought about. What made him vulnerable? What kept him up at night?
The Bride of Chucky is the last one. That was when the Tiffany doll was introduced.
This is Tiffany.
I believe we've already met, haven't we, sweet face?
That last movie was hard. It was gangster. It kept Chucky in his form, killing and whatever.
In that movie, I structured in such a way that their relationship between Chucky and Tiffany went through all of the usual stages of a romantic relationship. They courted, they went on a date, they had sex, they got married, they fought, and they killed each other. All of the standard stages.
It was a big decision with Bride of Chucky to really embrace the humor. There's a certain absurdity that's built into the Child's Play franchise anyway, so kind of approach it with a humorous angle and then keep them a little off balance so we can really push the humor and the horror to give our audience exactly what they're looking for.
Life sure is full of surprises.
In Seed, we wanted to really take everything that much further.
Yo, Redman here. Back in effect again, y'all. Brick City in the house. I'm on the scene of Seed of Chucky. We out here in Romania.
So, you know, hey, when it was the opportunity knocked on my door for Chucky, I was like, I am there. You know, I go down in history for being on the Chucky movie. That's what's up.
The idea of being cut, as he called it, by Chucky or Tiffany was a badge of honor for him.
Okay.
Well, you know, at the end of Chucky and Tiffany, they were both dead, but we know in successful horror movie franchises, the villains never actually die. But it looked pretty dire for our heroes because Tiffany had been burned to a crisp, and I think Chucky had been stabbed to death, shot. He'd been shot.
Go ahead and shoot. I'll be back. I always come back. But dying is such a bitch.
If a character's been around long enough, people start to have affection towards him. So in the beginning, he was just this horrifying little gremlin. And now people are they relate to him.
It just seemed natural that we would now evolve into a domestic drama. So whereas the last one was a parody of romantic comedies, this one is a parody of domestic dramas like Ordinary People and Kramer versus Kramer.
Don felt strongly that it would be great to explore further the family dynamics of including this child.
What the hell is this? We had an agreement, Chucky. We decided, for the sake of our child, we weren't gonna do this shit anymore.
No, you decided.
I enjoy the self-referential kind of horror movies and comedies, but this was sort of took it all one step further. I don't know, it's sort of spoofing on top of spoofing.
You can catch that movie in theaters next Halloween. Thank you, Chucky.
Fuck you very much.
Yeah, it's definitely self-referential, but I hope different from other self-referential horror movies in that I think rather than being precious, I like to believe that we're completely irreverent about ourselves. I mean, Jennifer completely mocks herself in this movie in a way that I think people will love her for.
How come I don't ever get any of the good roles anymore? How come nobody takes me seriously?
Nice tits.
Thank you.
They may be over the top, but we relate to them. You relate to each of these characters and kind of love them in a weird, bizarre way.
And then I think now with the child, with Glenn, I think that there's so many more possibilities. He already came up with an idea for Chucky number 6. I don't want to give anything away, but it's fabulous.
Whoa! Well.
Yeah, too bad I got killed in it, because I would have loved to come back for the next sequel of Chucky, you know.
Oh, I think there'll be a Chucky 6, 7. I think one should be a musical. I think they were talking about Chucky Goes to Hawaii. It could be Around the World with Chucky. Chucky fights Jason and Freddy, and then Gorgo, and, you know, all of them. The Hulk could keep going until he took over the world. It was the end of the world, and it was only Chucky. And I'll pay to see every one of them right to the end.
Yes. Probably. Yes. Yes.
How was I supposed to know that people would buy into the whole killer doll concept?
No, wait. Can I change my answer?
The passion, the intensity, slice, 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 slice. And that wasn't even scripted.
I'm going to say no.
Well, I'm a genius. You have to understand that.
What was the question again?
I watched the Chuckies. I watched 1, 2, 3, and 4 back in the day. And I used to be like, how in the fuck are they doing that with that doll? Because that doll scared the shit out of me.
Well, one thing, if you're successful in bringing these guys to life, is nobody will have a clue as to how many people are involved. I mean, when we go on set and there's an army of 7 people carrying the puppet in, and then it takes 15 of us to set it up, rig it, and perform it, they realize there's a lot more involved than just bring the doll to set and let's shoot a scene.
Obviously, we start with a script that we all think is great and funny, and after we cast and we bring in our doll performers, and in this case, it's Jennifer Tilly voicing the character of Tiffany.
These bodies are
okay, but they're like apartments we're just renting.
And Brad Dourif, as always, voicing the character of Chucky.
What is this shit?
And then the new addition would be Billy Boyd from Lord of the Rings, who was a fantastic addition to the movie, and he's voicing the new character of Glenn.
Yeah, Dad. It'll be fun.
And now he has Chucky to add to his resume.
I'm sort of playing two characters, really. I'm playing Glenn, who is also Glenda.
Who the hell are you?
Shitface.
Now, what kind of a name is that?
As far as Glenn goes, Don really wanted something really haunted. He wanted more of an angular face.
I think we had 7 or 8 different sculptures of what Glenn could look like, still following the parameters that we were given, but kind of seeing how far we could push it in a couple different directions. Then we would take that design and play with hair color, hair length, eye color, pupil size, teeth, eyebrows, no eyebrows, you name it. It all goes in along with the sense of the body and the colors of the wardrobe. And then you get into these bizarre questions. Well, let's see, should Glenn stuff a bra, or would Glenn just wear mom's dress?
Oh, shit.
Glenn has to have this sort of innocence. But then, you know, he's son of Chucky, so, you know, he has to have sort of that gene pool as well.
You proud of me now, Daddy? Are ya?
Just bringing the characters to life is a complicated task involving the art of breaking down character and emotion into very specific gestures, hand gestures, raise of an eyebrow, flicker of an eye.
The computer system for performance for these puppets is actually something that hasn't been done before.
They program the voices into the dolls, and then they create the performances and match the lip sync. Then, as far as the puppets go, I mean, that's a pretty complicated process in its own.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I like that.
Someone's off with a blink. The entire shot is off.
We can actually even slow it down so you can listen to it slowly and get the articulation of the lips, you know. Oh my God. And so we recorded that, so it's now in the computer.
Glenda, honey, everything's okay. It was just a little slip.
You're just going to think of the 3 dolls that you see on screen being 3 dolls. But every character has 2 neutral heads, 1 screaming head. Those are fully mechanical functioning heads, several pairs of arms, from mechanically dexterous hands to positionable rod puppet hands to posable arms, multiple bodies, positionable, floppy, stunt, rod puppeted bodies, mechanical bodies, and all this goes into bringing that one character to life.
What am I supposed to do with this?
There's a huge army just to build the stuff and get it here, and then there's a huge army here to maintain it, rehearse it, and then perform it on set.
And you should be ashamed of yourself. Where's your self-respect?
The puppet takes about 7 to 8 puppeteers a piece just to operate them. So it's 1 person on the eyes, 1 person on the eyebrows, 1 person on the hands, 1 person on the arms, 1 person on the legs, 1 person on the mouth, and they actually making the Chucky doll, the Tiffany doll, and the Glenn doll come to life and make it look real in the movie.
Tiffany has almost as big of an entourage as Chucky. You count how important the character is by how many puppeteers are crawling along the floor when you're acting with the puppet.
Chucky had a bigger entourage than any star I've ever worked with. How many people are working him and how complicated it is.
It takes 5 grown adult men to jerk off 1 small plastic puppet.
Watch it.
Action. Very once more. Yeah. That was great. That was great.
Keep wanking.
A masturbating midget?
And that made me so happy I was in show business.
They all have tons of cables, miles of stuff coming out their rear ends to all these controllers. It's like no matter how well we're able to pack everything in for the head and get all the functions improved in the head and the mouth shapes, we're still cable controlled in regards to The arms, the legs, the torso, and all that.
All the floors are actually all designed to be really beautiful visually, but also you'll see a lot of square tiles in there, and that's so we can pop out those tiles and give the puppeteers space to actually put their equipment sort of through a small space that we can then cover up, and it really helps sell the dolls.
The puppeteers is doing a great job. They gotta go under the floor, looking up. They gotta be scooched down on their knees all the time, dressing her up, making sure her moves is right. So I know they back be hurting like a motherfucker at the end of the day. So, you know, big up to the puppeteers.
Okay, someone stabilize the body, please. Because she's balanced on her heels, we're going to need to have someone underneath there just making sure that she's secure. Because it's easy to make it move, but it's really hard to make it be a specific character and do a specific performance. It's easy to go from A to B, but what's the attitude and who is it? And then take that concept and say, okay, you 7 people need to each think in tandem as this one character.
Speed.
Mark.
And action. And cut. Okay, let's print that and go again.
And that's sort of the thrill, and that's sort of the big hurdle at the same time.
By the way, Miss Tony, can I have your autograph? I'm a big fan.
It's just really bizarre to be looking at a little tiny doll with her little eyes blinking going, Miss Tilly, you can do it the easy way or the hard way. And I'm like,
No wonder her career's in trouble.
I'm working on Tiffany's glamorous arms.
I'm working on Tiffany's body.
And I'm working on Tiffany's head.
Now, I realize there's been some controversy about whether our child is a girl or a boy, but really, nowadays, who cares?
I'm controlling Tiffany's eyes.
I'm running Tiffany's lip sync.
I'm working on Glenn's body.
I'm working on Glenn's arms.
Seed of Chucky is an innovative new installment to a timeless horror series.
I'm doing Tiffany's eyebrows.
And I'm doing Tiffany's fingers.
Ooh, that's pretty nail polish.
I'm doing Chucky's brows.
And I'm doing Chucky's eyes.
I'm doing Chucky's arms.
What gives? Are we through here yet?
I'm running lip sync for Chucky and Glenn.
Series. Right?
Hi, I'm Tony, and I control the puppeteers with this.
I'll kill every last one of you! Kidding, just kidding. Kids love it when I do that.
Thank you.